welcome to One Man's Collection. Today I'm looking at magazine 43 of the Formula One car collection. This is the Honda RA300 driven by John Surtees in 1967. Great 1/43 scale diecast car that comes with this as well. And we'll take a closer look at that at the end of the video. I'm going to go through the magazine that comes with this one, like I've done with all these others, in just a brief overview, and you can read any of the other information by pausing the video and having a look. So this one's the season is 67, John Surtees Honda RA300, victory for the British ace in the Italian Grand Prix and on the Honda's competitive debut. Nice. Technical focus of the car. The team is the Honda F1 Racing. The circuit of this particular magazine issue is the Long Beach circuit, and the story so far is the 1992 Mansell champion of the world. Alright, so the Empire of the Sun. In 1967, Honda put all of their efforts into becoming one of the most powerful players in the motorsport world, and yet apart from the dazzling performance by John Surtees at Monza, the results were rather disappointing. So a picture there of John Surtees, the winner of the 1967 Italian Grand Prix, at the wheel. In Monza, it was a very competitive car. Okay. Unforgettable events at Monza. So, what's this? This is the grid. Jim Clark and his Lotus Ford up front. Jack Brabham in the Brabham Repco. Bruce McLaren in his McLaren. Chris Arm in the Ferrari. Dan Gurney in the Eagle Westlake. Dan Hume in another Brabham. Jackie Stewart in the BRM. Graham Hill in the Lotus Ford, some very, very famous names. 9th place on the grid. John Surtees in the Honda. Okay, another Westlake. Cooper Maserati, BRM. Actually, there's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 Cooper Maseratis. But kind of down towards the back of the field. And Guy Ligier. Didn't he actually have his own cars later? Ligier's. Chassis maybe, I'm not sure. The season is John Surtees, another tough year for Ferrari. Favourites and runner-up 1967 season. Ferrari had a difficult season. After the tragic death of Lorenzo Bandini at Monte Carlo, 27-year-old Chris Amon became the team's lead driver with a car that was more powerful than the rest on paper. The legendary Italian team only secured a few modest placings that season. 4 third places for Armin. The team mechanics are pictured here with the cars assigned to Eamon and Scarfiotti and Mike Parks. So they ran 3 cars in one team. Wow, 1, 2, and 3. All right, very nice. Don't know if I've got any from the 67. I might. I've got a few older Formula Ones from the Formula One car collection. And also the Ferrari car collection. Alright, John Surtees, 67 the season. Future world champion Dennis Holm is pictured here chatting with John Surtees during a break in qualifying for the Italian Grand Prix. Make our way through. Alright, the team, the Honda, technical focus, Honda RA300 with a open up. So what are we running in this? A rear longitudinal Honda 12-cylinder 90-degree V 2.993cc. So just under 3-litre V12. 430 brake horsepower, 12,000 RPM. Nice. Whole car's only 580 kilograms. Wow. It was little to no downforce. These are amazing days, these. Just as the RA273 had done in the 1966, the new Honda RA300 made its bow at Monza in the Italian Grand Prix. The main new feature of the car, which had quite a short life in competition, was the new aluminium monocoque chassis produced in Britain by Eric Broadley, Lola, owner and business partner John Surtees. Yeah. Well, good job on them, hey? The Honda F1 Racing Team. Eastern Lights. Just 3 years after becoming a racing car constructor, the Japanese company decided to try their hand at Formula One. They would go on to secure 2 race wins thanks to Richie Ginther in 1965 and John Surtees 2 years later. Well, they've actually won a few more with engine supplier over the years. All right, streets, Long Beach Street Circuit. Located along beach, 48 kilometers or 30 miles from south of Los Angeles in California. Average speed is 135 kilometers an hour. It's not a lot for a racetrack. Maximum speed, though, is 280, and the average lap time is 1 minute 27. All right, moving along to 1992, Nigel Mansell. This is Mansell champion of the world. British brawn finally reaps the rewards. After the year was Williams FW14B, Britain Nigel Mansell and his Italian teammate Rico Patrese dominated the season, allowing only a few moments of glory to Ayrton Senna and emerging young talent Michael Schumacher. So what did he get? Nigel Mansell, 108 points, followed by his teammate on 56. That is a massive lead for Nigel Mansell. Yeah. Regulations, the 1992 World Championship regulations allowed entry exclusively to cars fitted with naturally aspirated engines with a maximum displacement of 3.5 litres or 3,500 cc. The architecture and number of cylinders in the engines were without restrictions or limitations. The maximum weight was set to 505 kilograms. The fuel had to be unleaded commercial pump type. There was no limit on the capacity of the fuel tank, but refueling during a race was explicitly forbidden. Subjecting bodywork to crash testing was compulsory, and the obligatory dimensions were reduced for front and rear wings. Yeah. Scoring system rewarded 10 points for first place, 6 for second, 4 for third, 3 for fourth, 2 for fifth, and 1 for sixth. That's right, it used to be only the top 6. Each driver could count all his results obtained across the whole season, which comprises of 16 races. For the Constructors' Championship, only the first 2 cars in each team classified in the first 6 took points, and all 16 races of the season counted. Wow. So if you had 3 cars, only the first 2 would count. Huh. So if it came in at 6th place, your third car came in at 6th place, does the person in 7th place get any points, or that's it, you're out of the top 6, so you don't get any? So those points just disappear. Kind of glad they changed it to the top 10. All right, Williams got 164 points in that time, with McLaren on 99 and Benetton Ford on 91. Wow. All right, next magazine, part 44, will be the Alain Prost, 1985 McLaren. And followed by that in the 45 is the BMW Sauber F108 by Robert Kubica, 2008. All right, let's have a look at this model. See, the riveting definitely forms a standout, doesn't it? It's not actually a lot to it, to be honest. But what is not there is actually done well, except you can see that it looks like there's chips on the rim there. Plastic rims. They are silver, but they're plastic. A little rough on that side too. The engine, though, is where all the glory is. Those pipes poking out the top there. Gearbox, is it? As far back as possible. All for the weight. Having a look underneath. Honda RA300 with the framework holding in the wheels there and the motor. Yeah, not a lot to it. Black seat inside, black steering wheel. Actually, there's a lot less on this one than some of the others I've had over the times. I'm going to put this on the turntable. Thank you very much for watching. Come back next week for 44 and onwards. It actually goes up to 200 in this. and I do have all of them. We'll do that eventually. Like, comment, subscribe, all the rest. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers. Bye.